today.
From what I can tell, last night in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there was a police-involved shooting, and it was captured on film. Basically, they tackled him to the ground, and they had their guns out on him, and when they found a gun in his pocket, they shot him like 5 times or whatever.
Oh, that's what was going on. Yeah, I did see that. I didn't know it was in Louisiana.
It's Louisiana. In Louisiana, everybody has a gun. You get them probably easier than cigarettes. It's friggin' Louisiana, so, you know, if they shot everyone with a gun, there'd be a big-ass problem in Louisiana.
So they shot...
we don't know the circumstances, so...
Yeah, I know. Like I said,
it's
vague information on social media.
wait-and-see approach, but we don't know the circumstances.
We do know enough of the circumstances, though. They were holding the guy down, and they shot him while they were holding him down in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Sorry about
somebody, that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were holding...
Yeah, the guy was pinned down to the ground, so I don't know if he had a gun or what. You can't tell because part of his body's behind the car.
So is this another, like that Bart Cop shooting? Is this going to be something like that?
And apparently, conveniently, their body cams fell off. Both of them fell off.
Both body cams at the same time. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, conveniently, you know. But from what I saw in the video, the guy was pinned, and then all of a sudden one cop yells, "He's got a gun!" And then blam, 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 blam. And it's like, he's pinned to the ground, you fucking twits.
And he shot him point blank, pretty much. So
yeah.
Wow. So I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to find out. But
I don't trust them to tell the actual. It seems like a bad.
It looked. I mean,
let's see if.
That's not.
From what I saw, it looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
It really looked pretty
that's what I was saying. Was it like that Fruitvale station shooting a long while back?
Yeah, you know,
that Bart Cop who like.
And there.
I think it was. Yeah.
There is a lot of racism in Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana is a.
Really, what was your first clue?
You know, so
I'm hearing the banjos.
Yeah, I'm going to right now. My initial thought is that.
They executed. Yeah.
So
it seems like it. But we'll find out in the full. These things have a way of coming out. So
Well, at least someone videotaped that part. So there is that.
Yeah.
So that they can't make up too much of a story, saying, he was really fighting back and he was trying to run away and
in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would happen?
Stick.
Just think about what would happen to this dude's memory if that person in the car wasn't recording.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden.
We would all think.
Go, Matt.
We would all think that this was just this loser criminal peddling whatever in front of the store instead of what actually happened.
Yeah, and the thing is, the narrative would have probably changed to, oh, he tried to run away, he punched me in the face, or he, some ludicrous story, and yeah.
So well, but we'll find out. I mean, eventually, I'm sure that by tomorrow we'll know exactly every time he's shoplifted. I
already saw a post about that. We'll have his complete criminal history.
And we'll have his complete criminal history.
Look,
we'll know nothing about all the times those cops may have been.
I don't care what
reprimanded.
Yeah, I want to know how many how many complaints for excessive force.
Well, that's what I want to know, because you know what? Quite frankly, I don't care what crimes he's committed in the past. You've got the dude on the ground. That doesn't give you justification to execute him.
Yeah, I don't care if he's the stone cold thug, man.
Even if
on the suspicion of being whatever.
Like, even let's say one of the worst scenarios was like, he was a pedophile or something. It still doesn't.
He murdered 50 people. Look, you had him.
People have a thing called due process.
Exactly, my point. So I don't care what his crimes
But the problem is that more than likely, I can only assume it'll be the BLM people.
Yeah, Black Lives
And everybody else will focus on defending the guy from, whatever he did when he was 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than saying it don't fucking matter what he did. You had him dead to rights. All you had to
hopefully it'll be the community and not like some outsiders coming in and trying to stir shit. And the community will be pissed off. And
they're already.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say I'm kind of pissed too, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I live in Baltimore, and we had an instance last year in which the community was upset, but you also had outsiders who were coming
in
to make people more upset, and that ended very poorly for us.
Yeah, no, that's what gets done with these.
Well, that's what they do. I mean, it's the same here, right? They had a march in NDG, I think it was, for Black Lives Matter, and then some idiots came in and started burning cars and shit, and that wasn't them. That wasn't because they were done with that protest.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember they had already were breaking up and going home or whatever.
Yeah, and then these idiots came in and made it look like that they had done this, and it's like, no, it wasn't them. Look, I'm not a fan of BLM, but I will stand up and say when they didn't do something.
Nail them for what they actually did.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? Some anti-BLM people came in there and tried to frame them for it, or was it just some assholes?
Well, there's a couple of anarchist groups in Toronto.
Yeah, so you have the black blockers and the SWP turds. Yes,
exactly. And so we've got them here in Montreal, we've got them in Toronto, and we've got all the major cities basically.
Yeah.
It's like
a lot of those are in Occupy too. A lot of them are burn tards, and they're threatening to do the same thing at the.
They showed up. They did it at the 1995 referendum. They do it at the hockey games. They do, so they're always around, and they're the ones that start jumping up and down on cars and throwing them out cocktails.
Yeah, they're the ones wearing black hoods and black masks and everything. Yeah. Well, black bloc is a tactic, but I call them black blockers because they're usually anarchists.
And they were the ones who were protesting the Warren Farrell talk. It wasn't feminist. It was the Toronto. I can't remember the official name, but it was one of the anarchist groups.
Well, the problem is that in that case, in the Warren Farrell case, the feminists, or some people who were feminists anyway, they stuck to get interviewed.
Yeah.
And they were more than happy to fucking attention whore for the cameras.
Yeah. But the thing is, the ones that were causing all the screaming and yelling and everything, like the bitch there that was screaming in the guy's face, she actually is not a feminist. She's part of the anarchist bloc from Toronto.
The one that called them scum or whatever.
Yeah.
Geffen.
Yeah, they're just trying to. Yeah, they're trying to start shit.
Yeah,
they're looking for a riot. Yeah.
And Geffen wants to know what the hell fucking hours do we keep? I keep weird hours because narcolepsy, right? And I build websites and keep stuff, do graphic design stuff. So
and he keeps me
awake. I do it all the time.
And he keeps me awake.
Geffing. I'm grinding. I'm grinding with my video game. It keeps my monkey brain occupied so I can focus on a conversation.
Well, I got woken up because the kid.
Is that Robin Geffing by any chance? Who's that?
Geffen 3.
Geffen.
Oh no. Okay.
No, I'm up right now because somebody showed me a video in which a guy was held on the ground and fucking shot in the head.
Yeah. Matt's pissed.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry, that was me. No.
It's not your fault, Platty.
You can't kill people from.
No, but Matt has every right to be really pissed because you know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, it fucking pisses me off too. This is just.
Well, it's also the last thing we fucking need. It's all you think the cops would fucking get the word by now. It's
But the thing is, when it's
eyes are upon you.
When your hatred and your racism is so deep, you don't care. You just don't care. And when your adrenaline's pumping and everything, it's even worse. So
yeah, Geffen's right.
Oh wait, okay, maybe because this was flowing through my stream. I've been dealing with that there was something about one of the backgrounds of the cops is actually criminal. They didn't do a background check on him.
Terrific.
Oh God.
Well, after Katrina,
I was seeing if anybody else had run across that or not.
Wait,
I didn't know.
one of the things we're having is that it's social media, so you've got people blaming, what is it, Sam Hyde and Robert Kinnison, whatever, the go-to, trolls blame them for everything.
Oh, right. No, I know about
so
that.
So you've got all kinds of people posting all kinds of misinformation. Like, I saw a whole lot of, angry tweets directed at this account of a guy who doesn't exist. So.
Right, I know. Yeah, that's the troll account, the neo-Nazi, the white guy, or, whatever. It's like a random white guy.
Trump supporter, blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he's got like an AK or an SKS in his arms. It's like noted neo. Yeah, I know. I know that gag.
It's amazing.
People fucking fall for it, too.
I know.
Like I said, we got to see, because, there's so much.
This had nothing to do with that. This seemed to be. I was just kind of noticing it more or less out of the corner of my eye. I was all like, "Oh shit, cop shooting." I'll just wait until the fucking dust settles. I don't even look. I just wait.
Yeah. Well,
I've gotten into that habit. I'm all like, no, I'm just gonna hold off before.
Yeah, it's usually better that way. I mean, in this era of like
first. I gotta be first. Yeah.
Disinformation shit. I mean, it's just the thing was that today I learned something that I guess that I knew, but I sort of ignored. And apparently I am a very, very bad man.
Well, yeah. Water's wet, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess I lived in denial for water. Denial. And now, don't I sound different than normal?
Do you?
Well, volume wise.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's because the microphone is 50 feet away now.
It's in the next room.
It's in the next room, wrapped in cotton with both doors closed.
Yeah. I did it on purpose. You can thank me later.
In deference to the people that don't know how volume buttons work. Which apparently is a great proportion of the internet.
Yeah. They get triggered by your loudness.
Yeah. People hate me, apparently.
Yeah.
Did you guys know this and just not tell me?
Apparently they like me, but they hate
if you
me.
ain't somebody hating you on the internet, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong. You're internet-y wrong.
Yo, I thought you were the kind of person that just simply didn't give a shit about people hating you.
Oh no! Wait! It's not that I do. I just want to be informed about it.
Yeah, I just want to be informed.
I mean, who lately?
I want to be informed about what I don't give a shit about.
Joe's started a new hobby, which is collecting hate. So
I've got a full box already. I've got more hate than fucks to give.
Nobody ever sends me hate mail. I feel sad.
I'll send you hate mail.
Everyone send Beach some hate mail, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you spent the afternoon triggering people.
I triggered Lauren Southern, and I triggered...
Oh, Laura Southern herself?
Yeah, herself. And I triggered the oh-so-not-great Milo Yianopo.
The Snuffleupagus.
The Snuffleupagus.
The fans are, because I saw this video from grade A under A, right?
Yeah.
He's funny.
He's funny. I like him.
He's funny. Yeah. He's really funny. And it was a video that he did on internet drama.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh. This is, wow, these people are bad. And I'm like, dude, because the video, I don't know if you guys have seen it, it's about fans. About
not ones that cool you off.
But the ones that start, that there have been cases where just the fans alone, and not the YouTubers or whatever, start the shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I'm looking at this stream, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Okay, so there's some 16-year-old dummy got online and said something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, stop the presses.
Yeah.
Who would have figured that a 16-year-old girl would have, said
something dumb?
stupid.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, tell her off, fucking insult her, troll her a little bit, leave her alone.
Look, my thing is, this girl had like less than 100 followers, right? She was like 16 and on the internet, I guess, with her friends mostly, and she said something to Lauren Southern that pissed off Lauren Southern because apparently she's easily triggered, and so she had to go at the girl, and of course Lauren Southern.
And then the fans piled on.
And the girl apologized and said she was wrong, and then she privated her account.
Okay, hold on. Before we continue.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, right? I am talking, from my point of view, I'm talking about I don't like when people punch down. So I'm sorry, Lauren, that I'm attacking you, and I'm sorry, Milo, that I'm punching down at you. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. It's a hypocritical thing to do. I know.
But we're going to do it anyway.
But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway.
Do we know the exact age of Lauren? Isn't she 19?
No, she's early
Lauren?
20s, 21, 22, something like that.
I assumed in her 20s somewhere.
She's an adult.
Early 20s, like somewhere between 20 and 25.
She's college age, isn't she, though, basically?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
okay,
21. She's 21.
Normally when people go after 16-year-olds, I get, I'm like, dude, you're friggin' 40 and you're picking on a teenager. However, the 16 to 20-ish or whatever gap, I mean, that's closer in age, and I don't have as.
The point is, she has a following. That's not.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if she
The
was
fans
16
being
herself.
assholes. I'm not.
Even if
I'm
she
not
was
apologizing
16
to the fans.
herself, she'd still be a.
I think the point is also she's supposed to be professional, right?
Yeah. That's
I'm not supposed to be. I'm not saying she is. I'm saying she's and she acts like a fucking dimwit.
Okay, let's be clear. She's not acting. Let's be clear. She's not acting like a dimwit. She's really good at it. So give her props. You gotta give her props.
And so,
she's a dimwit.
And so because of her stupidity, the girl locked her account and privated her account. And I just sent out a tweet. I'm like, bravo, Lauren. You pick on a 16-year-old. And from me saying that, Lauren got all butthurt and felt it incumbent upon her to reply to me directly. And I'm like, bitch, don't even. All right? Just don't even. I've been on this planet almost twice as long as you've been alive. Don't even.
What I thought was funny though was one of the fangirls was like
clearly very.
I said
upset.
Lauren Southern said something or other, and I said something along the lines of does the internet bother you, dear?
Yeah, or something.
Right, I said dear, right?
To Lauren Southern. And this other person was like totally triggered by the fact that I said dear. And she was like, you're cringy. I'm like,
okay, so
get off the internet.
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you want a 16-year-old to shut the fuck up and get off the internet because blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. And then you're gonna get triggered by the word dear?
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for understanding hypocrisy, but I mean, if your argument hinges on you got to be able to take it,
yeah,
your argument falls apart when you can't take it.
Ain't no rest for the triggered. Donate to my Patreon.
Patreon, yes.
Yeah.
Chris Reagan, that's awesome.
The talented Chris Reagan.
Yeah, I actually.
Well, I love Borderlands too.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
So I triggered Lauren first, and you know what? I've triggered her.
She's hasn't been having a good week, much like her godfather, Donnie Trump. So yeah.
Well,
have a little sympathy there. She did her latest damsel in the distress, and even people on her side weren't buying it. That's
that's bad.
Honey, you went to the well. Yeah, because she always shows up to these events and go, look, oh no, the pretty blonde-haired girl's getting assaulted by those animals.
Yeah.
And this is like the third or fourth time she's done it, and it's all like, yeah.
Like, your shtick is getting old, dear.
Yeah, it's getting a little obvious, you know.
Yeah.
Anita
Too
does
much
it
too
better.
often.
Anita does it better.
Yeah, dial it back, honey.
Yeah.
Dial it back.
And then this trip to Calais, where it's all like, yeah, it's
I loved that. You know what? I
What?
loved her trip to Calais. No one raped her. She
Yeah,
couldn't-
but all these dirty brown
no
people.
one raped her. She couldn't find any Syrians. And then
No, she found
and
one.
then she found and then she finally
which nobody was making a point of anyway. What was her point about that? It's like, no. It's like,
I thought
So
she,
it's amazing. In her own stupidity, you've just proven that they don't like go out and mass rape you at every chance that they get, and
or
that
attack you.
or attack you,
or
because
yeah.
they were being pretty civilized and pretty nice and
Well,
pretty,
but what I thought was
you know.
funny was
So bravo, Lauren! Thank you for proving to the world
that you
that-
can be a white woman and be safe surrounded by a sea of brown people.
amazing.
Yeah.
You stupid.
I'm triggered. You said rape.
Yeah.
So she's
And
an idiot.
I found interesting that the only question she bothered to ask anybody was
Where are you
where
from?
they're
Where you from? Where you from? Where you
But
from?
what the hell does that have to do with anything?
It's like the commercial. Can you hear me now?
It's like
Yeah.
it's like so like Islamic people only come from one place.
In her mind,
You're trying to figure out which place that is.
God, she's
Whoa.
dumb.
You're a bit behind the curve here.
She is so dumb. It's almost astounding, really.
Or the fact that only Syria is the war-torn hellhole, none Afghanistan or
Iraq.
Sudan or like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, those don't count.
Those are all paradises. They're
Those
just-
are-
Of course. I don't know why Lauren hasn't, bought a villa in any of those places.
Well, maybe she has. Maybe she has, and she's just not telling anyone. I don't know.
God, she's dumb. But anyways, and then
And then you went and triggered Milo.
yes, and then I went and triggered Milo.
God
Because
damn
I
it.
wasn't satisfied with just triggering Sargon earlier in the year, and then Lauren Southern about 3 or 4 times this past year. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for Milo, and it worked.
I gotta say, let me just put this out
These
there.
people are so thin-skinned. Anything you say, they must.
It's amazing, isn't it? But what
Yeah,
do they do? They jab sticks at people and then laugh at them when they react.
Yeah, let me poke this bear and see if it
Well,
doesn't bite me in the face.
See, let me just put this out there. These are the rules that I play by. This is my rule, right? If you fuck with me, I'll fuck with you back, right?
Yeah.
I usually don't fuck with people otherwise. Now, if I get you to say something racist, I win.
Yeah, you got someone.
I won.
You got someone.
Oh
to
yeah.
Hindu or whatever today.
Yeah.
Or call you a Nazi or any of those other kind
Oh
of things.
no! I'm good with the Nazi. I'm good with the. But if I can get you to show the world that you're a racist, I don't care how much you're laughing. I win.
I win. I win.
I win. I win the internets for that day. And today I had like 4 or 5 limpies. I'm calling them limpies.
Limpies.
Okay, I'm calling them limpies.
Limp dicks.
These are the doll fuckers.
My dick.
These are the these are the doll fuckers. These are the guys that and so limpies out there, pay attention. If I get you to say something racist, I win. That's all I want. That's all I give a shit about.
I didn't do nothing.
I
Yeah.
didn't do nothing.
Exactly. And then I'm gonna sit back and say I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing, right? Well, I didn't do nothing. I mean, fuck. I don't care about anything else.
Yeah. So
It is so easy.
I triggered Milo by pointing out his claim of men invented the internet.
Oh, I just saw that. I put up the thing about
Just
it.
ridiculous.
That is so ignorant of history. I do not understand how his brain came up with that.
He doesn't have a
What
brain.
is he like?
That's the problem.
Okay, a man invented the car, so women couldn't drive. So you're with like the Saudis.
Well, wait a minute. I got to stop you there because women can't drive.
Well, that's true. And
Dun,
Asians.
dun.
Asians. Oh yeah.
Hold on. Devin says you want to trigger Sargon. Tell him Milo seeing other people.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just got him with the hypocrisy with the Hillary email thing.
Oh God, these
Oh,
people,
man.
they're so.
Wait,
they
what about
complain-
that?
They complain about the SJWs and the feminists being so easily triggered.
Easily triggered,
I
yes.
was like, dude, you don't even realize how easily triggered you are. These people keep telling me, you're nobody. You mean nothing. You're not important. Then why are you tweeting to me? If
Yeah.
I am nobody, if I don't matter, why do you feel it incumbent upon yourself?
Oh, you know your trolling is winning.
Oh God, yeah, it's like
You
fuck.
have no life, or you're obsessed. Yeah, I'm obsessed with the lulz.
Yeah,
Here,
exactly.
your dead rogue says, listen to us pussies.
Oh, you were asking. My point is, and I'm not saying love Hillary, hate Hillary, whatever. That's not the relevant point here. But he's done entire videos, sometimes rightfully so, where feminists are attacking due process.
Yeah.
Like in rape cases. You
Yeah.
listen and believe. And I threw that line back in his face with Hillary. It's like, oh, okay. So, but when it's your political enemy or somebody you don't like, all of a sudden, presumption of innocence,
All of that good stuff.
due process. That's all.
Yeah. No. This black dude in Louisiana, right? He's a serial killing, child raping, goat fucking, you know, candy bar stealing, fucking everything bad, and we're everything good.
Somebody said goat fucking? What?
Yeah, now you got Platy's attention.
Oh, you're ruining Gevin's fun. He was
Okay, that wasn't me. That was Matt, for the record. For the record, once, it was not me making the pervy comment.
What pervy comment?
What?
Somebody said goat fucking?
But fucking.
Oh yes, the Milo's ass comment. Ugh.
Yeah. How's
I'm
Milo?
sorry.
He's snuggle
I'm sorry,
munchkin.
I'm sorry, Milo. If you ever hear this, I'm sorry that you got the crow's feet. I'm sorry that your hair looks purple when it's supposed to be white.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry that it takes more workout time to maintain whatever you got. I'm sorry for that, but reality is what it is, right? I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that
I
thing.
seem to have triggered him. I mean, geez.
Like he seems.
Had I known that, pointing out his stupidity.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
Oh God.
No, yeah, look, man. When people do this shit, that's what the armored skeptic did.
Oh God, he's so easily.
Oh, he got salty about the Clinton email decision too.
Did he?
Oh God.
Yeah.
You want to talk about?
And here's the thing too. I mean, just to get into it a little bit. I worked for a certain aerospace industry in the Pacific Northwest that shall remain nameless. But
well, there's like 6 of them.
I filed 6 security breaches. Of those 6, 1 got fired, 5 got written up, 2 had to reapply for their security clearance. And guess how many of them got prosecuted or had charges filed against them?
None.
And this is defense in space and the FAA. So this is classified material under the government. It's not just proprietary information.
Yeah.
2 of them were I was at the 2 that were at defense in space who only got written up when I did my stint there.
Look, these people have just lost their fucking mind.
They lost their fucking minds. But I reminded that. Well, he liked that tweet. I told him that. I said, okay, that happens all the fucking time. People, they goof or they do something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People,
the one who got fired was really fucking stupid, and he just and it was that was like the 2nd or 3rd time. he'd done it too.
Well,
So,
it's
he got fired. You never got fucking prosecuted.
I've seen people do stupid shit like leave their cards in weird places or in their lunchbox or in their briefcase and then take it home or they forget.
Yeah,
or
there's that with the security
finds it.
cards, but I'm talking about handling classified material, government.
No, but I mean, people in secure facilities, right? Where you have to be, you have to be very careful of this shit. And they get in trouble for it. And no, they don't. Everybody is not. Who was that couple? That couple in the 50s, I think. The old lady.
Oh, Julian and Ethel Rosenberg.
Yeah. Everybody is not them.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody is not fucking some fifth columnist that's out to get you, and then you are the lucky one that caught them red-handed, and the president is gonna give you the Medal of Freedom, and you're gonna be sung through history as saving the world, and you're just
no, these are people pissed that the Justice Department didn't do their political work for them.
Yeah.
And here's another thing, and they're going after Comey too. It's all like, why government, bro? Because after the Nixon administration and good old J. Edgar Hoover, Mr. Crossdresser there, it changed. Comey, because this is how it works with the FBI director. Comey was actually an assistant AG in the Bush administration.
Okay, I remember this. Yeah, well, vaguely.
And then he went to the Senate, and I believe it was a Republican-controlled Senate, and he was approved for a 10-year term. So this idea that, Bubba twisted what's-her-name's arm, the AG, to put the hammer down on the FBI, no, because there's no pressure to be put there. And because what would have happened is if the FBI did say, yeah, you should file charges, what I can't remember her name now, she probably would have assigned a special prosecutor because she's got to recuse herself, obviously.
Yeah.
Loretta Lynch?
Yeah, Loretta Lynch. So, it's all bullshit. Oh, and guess what? This is everything old is new again. We're definitely back in the cycle of the 90s. We got a Vince Foster, one of these Trumpicans, one of these idiots. I know. I think he's a Gamergator too, but he tweeted some article like the Christian Times or some fucking offbeat thing that the same day that Comey decided to say no charges for Clinton, some Romanian hacker in Romania died in jail, and of course he got into Clinton's emails.
Well, it had been
It has begun. Vince Foster has come back from the grave.
Well, I looked into that actually. The hacker is legit. The story of him dying, I could not find anything outside that one Christian Times article.
Yeah.
So, as far as him dying, that sounds more like a right-wing conspiracy.
Well, it's legit that the guy got arrested for hacking, but not into Clinton's email. No. That didn't happen.
Didn't he at least claim that he did?
He might have claimed he did, but
yeah, I mean, I'm just
no hacking of Clinton's emails was found.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, so it's just funny. I'm enjoying it. You love her or hate her, but I just love the guys playing from Matt Drudge's fucking playbook from back in the 90s. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's like Armored Skeptic. It's all like, dude, you defended Trump twice in a video. And now you're all getting pissy and butthurt about Clinton getting away with it. Whatever the hell that means. Just come out. Just come out. Like back in the day, I guess that's what it is with conservatives now. It's like gays back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Come out.
Just say it.
Just come out. Just say what you fucking are. You're a conservative. Or you're on the right, or you're more like, I'll even give you moderate Republican there to make it more palatable. But don't sit there and bullshit me that you're all about skepticism yet you believe Clinton's guilty when she's been cleared by the top law enforcement agency of the United States.
Yeah, well,
oh no, they're wrong.
It's a conspiracy. It's always
here it comes. Yeah.
Always a fucking conspiracy, right?
Yeah.
Well, didn't you know his helmet is made out of tinfoil?
It's keeping his head from growing.
Well, keeping those signals from coming in.
The aliens. Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, I mean, see, the thing of it for me is this, right? There's the one guy that's been on and on my Twitter feed about mestizos, right? Because technically, I guess, right, I'm mestizo, right?
Yeah.
Ethnically, right? And he's on about, they pull out differences. Like, look, dude, the minute you look, being a racist is something that is not really supportable. Okay? Yeah, I'm sorry. Point at all the statistics you like, and somebody else will point at all the statistics in black countries where people have jobs and they do all, these are, a lot of those issues are just economics. And even if they weren't, you're constantly bitching about the feminists and their statistics, right? So, so you believe in your statistics, right? But the science...
Well, this flat interpretation of statistics without anything else in there. It's all like, well, more black people commit crime. It's like, why is that?
Yeah, no,
let's look at law enforcement. Here's my counter argument to that. And it's like, I don't know if you're familiar with LA. I'm saying, you give me a badge and a gun and let me control the LAPD division that polices Brentwood and Westwood. That's the area that's kind of like west of UCLA.
Yeah.
The same way that Compton's policed. I will white up that jail so fast. It'll just take me a couple of months to do it. Oh, and this. You don't get that Century City $1,500 an hour lawyer. You get the same lawyer all the other burritos
everybody else gets, yeah.
And then we'll see what happens. So you got to look at all of those goddamn factors. If you're ignoring that, and it is really more class than anything.
Yeah, no, and like I look at them and I'm like, dude, I mean, do you even math? Because look, we're different than our nearest cousins, right? Our nearest 8 cousins, we're what, 2% or so? We have a 2% difference in our genetic code.
Oh, then I think bonobo chimps.
Bonobos, right? Okay, yeah. So we're about 2% different from them. So you mean to tell me there's all of these differences, all of these supposed genetic traits and everything else is stuck in that 2%? All of them. Every last one of them. That 2% makes one group better than another group. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't.
No. Oh, if you're talking about are you talking about dealing with one of these race realist retards?
Yeah. Like these people are like.
Yeah, there's one simple problem with their maths. The range of various, like especially intelligence, is greater within these groups than it is between them.
Between them, yeah.
And it's like, how do you explain that?
And they have all of these convoluted. It's like it's either God did it or it's a government conspiracy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's always good.
It's always something. It's never you.
It's a 1-2% difference between us and a bonobo.
And bonobos, yeah.
And for us and gorillas is a 98% similarity.
Yeah.
So I mean, Jesus Christ.
You're saying that the differences between you're saying that melanin and intelligence and height and all the rest of that is in that 2%. That's what you're saying, right? Because the other 98% is identical, give or take, right? 98, 97.9, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's more than that. If you're talking about between humans?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about 0.0000 or whatever percent
so
difference.
And then you're telling me that all of these differences, none of them have anything to do with where you grew up or how much money you had or what your parents taught you, or whether you were religious. None of that matters.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the worst kind of biological
determinists,
that are out there. And so this guy is on about, like, dude, you don't even know what's going on. You just jumped into this conversation to say some racist shit. And guess what? By my
Which conversation was this?
This was the one with Milo's lapdog.
Yeah, funny how those guys always show up with Milo and Lauren Southern, and these guys just show up in those conversations just randomly. Of course,
because children follow these people.
And I'm sitting there going, dude, do you understand that I won? The minute you say something racist, I win. Because that's all I want. I want people to see what you are.
There is a 0.1% of DNA that varies among all individuals. That's it.
0.1%.
0.1%. That sounds right. Oh, less if you're only counting mitochondrial DNA. We're all descended from like one population group that use mitochondrial DNA.
Yeah. And now, if you're going to talk about genetics relating to illnesses and stuff, then it's bigger. Like the
sure. You got genetic variation.
Yeah, genetic variation for diseases and stuff is
just
different.
like you do in other species.
Yeah,
it
because
doesn't mean they're not the same species.
Well, that's right, because certain ethnic groups or minorities or whatever are more they can get certain diseases more than other races or
well, but you're talking
or
about,
like in the case of
individual.
Or in the case of like Tay-Sachs disease, it is only specific to this group.
Well, then there's sickle cell anemia, which is
actually an adaptation.
And I was gonna say an adaptation to
but the overall
malaria.
But the overall genetic difference is
amongst humans.
Individuals is 0.1%.
And
that's because you might have blue eyes and I might have brown eyes, and you might be tall and I might be short, and blah 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 blah.
And it's like, and I'm standing there going, dude, listen to me, listen to me. If you are a racist, and I by no means think that everyone is, that's just silly, right? That's stupid. But if you are one, you have an ideology that is so woefully inadequately supported by any available science that I can only class it as a religion.
Yeah, like flat earthers or truthers or
I mean, because there just isn't enough science to even pretend that there's enough difference.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this a couple weeks back, right? I thought, oh my God, the founding father. I was having a conversation with somebody or other, and it dawned on me that the founding fathers were apparently stupid.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck yeah! I mean, think about it. Think about it, right? I mean, they built a government system, right, that advantages the human beings that they considered chattel. That's like you have a farm where the animals make the decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearly the founders were morons. I mean, unless because the argument was about how all the laws are equal and whatever. Like, wait. If I'm making a game, see, take a lesson, dummies. When I troll people, all I want is for you to say some stupid racist shit, and I win almost every time. Yeah. Those are my rules. I make the rules. You follow them. That's fine by me. That's how it works. The founding fathers apparently were too stupid for that, and they were like, "Well, what? How should we deal with these niggers? Well, let's make them better than us."
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Why would you make rules and laws and shit that, treat these guys better than you? Clearly, you're an idiot.
Clearly, you're an idiot.
I'm sorry, you're building a government, right? You're mad at England for taxing and this and that and all the rest, right? Okay. So you make a government where some other group of people is going to fuck you over. That makes perfect sense. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
These people.
And I'm like, dude, people set up governments to benefit them. And benefiting others is generally a byproduct.
Well, the thing is, remember, there were abolitionism was still around even back
Well,
then.
yeah.
But to get the South on board, they knew they were making a deal with the devil. Even Jefferson and everything. You read Jefferson's writing. They knew that there would be a time coming, that there would be a reckoning. That's kind of why we refer to slavery as America's original sin.
Yeah.
Even they knew it at the time, but they're all like, "Look, we can only do so much,
and we got to make compromises."
Hamilton despised slavery; he didn't want it. But if they hadn't, the South wouldn't have been on board. That would have cut the new country in half, and then England would just waltz right back in.
Yeah. Well, look,
so that was making a deal with the devil. That was a lot of it.
Now, let me be clear, right? I actually don't believe this, right? I think they were very intelligent men, and they knew that to make a new government or whatever, right? To create this whole new nation with this new kind of government and a new all of this was going to be hard, and they knew it, and that's why the Constitution is vague, right? And,
to ordain this government for ourselves and our posterity. In other words, it would be up to future generations to decide.
Yeah, and so, clearly these guys were intelligent guys. So you can't now tell me that they made the rules, right, that somehow did not benefit them in some way, right? They were smart enough to know I got to give some here to get some there. Right? So clearly they were that smart. But you can't then make the argument that, the government was set up in some kind of an egalitarian manner.
Yeah.
It wasn't. They had to make
actually a very authoritarian document. If if these people ever bothered to read it.
Yeah, it's like they carry it around like the Mormons carry around the fucking those little blue. Is the Mormons that carry around the little ones?
No, you're thinking about.
What am I thinking about? They carry around the tiny little New Testament. Fuck! I got one when I was.
The Adventists or
Gideons?
Is it the Adventists?
No, the Gideons are the ones that would.
No, not the Gideons.
Way free Bibles. Those were
the
hotel rooms.
Yeah, the Gideons give away like the entire Bible. But I'm talking about the guys that walk around with the little tiny onion skin paper copy of the New Testament. And it says like in little letters.
I have no idea.
But those guys, right? They walk around with the Constitution like those people walk around with the New Testament.
Yeah.
Like, dude, have you ever read it?
Nope.
Because you fetishize the Second Amendment, which I like. I like the right to
Second Amendment actually goes above and beyond. It's about self-government. It's part of the formula for self-government.
Yeah. Well, the idea was back then to be able to put together
Still does now.
A what?
Still does now. Actually,
what?
It reinforces self-government.
Well, yeah, but like my idea.
That's a conversation we'll have later sometime, but yeah.
Yeah, no, my thing is that they fetishize the Second Amendment, and then they tend to forget about the whole First Amendment unless they're Christians.
And only that part about the separation of church and state.
And so it's like you have a religion. You're not a skeptic. You're not.
Oh yeah, well.
You
I prefer ideologue because using that. Oh, you're just like a religitard. The anarchists used to do that. The ANCAPs. Yeah, they used to call them staffiest or whatever. I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah, you're just an ideologue, and you have very selective memory or a selective filter.
Yeah.
And it's all like, because I always have to tell people, it's like, sorry, the Bill of Rights isn't an a la carte menu. It's a package deal.
Yeah, you don't get to pick and choose. And And that's the thing that I want to talk.
But my feels.
Yeah.
But
or I like the guys. It's like I don't like it, therefore it's unconstitutional. That's what it is. Stuff I don't like, unconstitutional. Stuff I like, constitutional. Like, no, that's not how it works, dude.
Yeah. The thing of it is, right, tomorrow or later today, I suppose. Yeah, later today. I'm streaming with Quantum Over, right? And he's gonna. I hope he can explain.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. You're streaming with whom?
Quantum Overlord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have serious questions because I've heard from some people from some quarters that the whole Brexit thing was about national sovereignty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but wait a minute. You mean you don't have national sovereignty, but you're voting for? But wait a minute. How can you?
Yeah.
If you're not a sovereign nation, how would you be voting for? I'm just saying it seems to be a bit odd that the government, which is not yours,
The government,
and is imposing shit upon you, is letting you vote to leave. That's again, it seems like a failure of reasoning. It seems like the British government
Or
is
the fact that part of sovereignty is your ability to make treaties with one or more other countries for various purposes, like trade or military alliances. Like,
right. That's what I say. I say, wait a minute.
How come they're not screaming about NATO then? Is that next?
Yeah, I assume so because look, I'm sitting there going, but wait a minute. You gave these people the power to make laws, right? Okay. Then they signed the law. They knowingly signed the law that they would subject themselves to this other law. Okay, well, I'm sorry, but that's what you got then. That's what you got. You voted these people in. You can vote them out. But when you sign a treaty, then you're part of that.
Negotiate. And breaking treaties, not the best idea. I mean, there is a mechanism for treaty.
Well, yeah, but
that we all know about, though. Whatever. I guess it's a little late. I can't remember. Execute Order 66, whatever the hell it is. So they signed that treaty, the Treaty of Lisbon.
Yes. Somebody mentioned it to me. Geffen says the whole Brexit thing was about who could have the best bumper sticker, and fuck the foreigners won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, because, you pay these, and there was one guy that came on TV that said something along the lines of, we're not going to listen to the experts anymore.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so let's
listen to that. Do you do that when you need like a heart transplant? No, I want to listen to the guy on the street, what he has to say. No. You're the best doctor you can, but all of a sudden, when it comes to economics or government policy, no, I don't want the experts.
Yeah. No, I want the people to do. Whoa. Wait, so you want like mob rule? Okay, well that's fine. I get it. I get it. But
that didn't work out for the Athenians too well.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It tends to not work. And I'm sitting here going, well, wait a minute. If you're ignoring all of the expert arguments, and there is no real issue of national sovereignty, there is none. If they're letting you vote, there is no issue of national sovereignty.
Yeah.
All right. If they cannot prevent you from voting Brexit, there is no national sovereignty issue. Clearly, the nation is deciding for itself, right? Okay, so then you don't have an argument. And then people go, well, what are you saying? Well, I'm saying the only shit you got left is you afraid of the brown folk. I'm sorry, but that's the only... And look...
Which isn't going to get them that anyway.
I know, but it's like the only way to get people to vote this way against their own interests is to push some kind of button. And I'm like, it's not me, right? We were just talking about this a little while ago, right, Chris?
What's that? Sorry, I was reading something.
We were just talking about this.
Which part?
Be nice and don't antagonize quantum. And I have no intention of it.
No.
I have no intention of it.
I'm not familiar with Quantum Overlord. What's the deal? I guess he's a Brexiter.
Well, he was on the fence, I think. I think the guy's a nice guy.
He was for leave, and then he heard Thunderfoot's arguments, and he really was.
And he was actually listening.
He was really listening to them, and he was tweeting to me, and he was like, Thunderfoot makes really good points. Now I'm not so sure if I want to vote for leave, and he really he was listening, and he was weighing all the different sides of the argument. In the end, he voted for leave.
Right.
But at least he was saying, wow, I'm not sure now, I am listening to this. And, for me, at least, if you've got an open mind and you're going to listen to both sides without going,
I think the guy's a nice guy, and I don't think he's like a racist or anything like that at all.
I don't
think
and let's be clear, not everyone who voted leave is a racist.
Yeah, but the thing of it is right, part of this political equation is perception, right? And it's not that Carl is a member of the EDL or he supports them or whatever, but people are going to think that if you don't give them.
The same thing happened here in 1995. The people that voted to separate for Quebec to leave Canada, they're not all racist. They're all not nationalists like the white nationalists. They're not all these fucking loser people, right? Some people had legitimate reasons for wanting to do it. But all of them were painted as
right. I think that's my point.
Because the spokesperson for them, the leader of the party at the time, which was Parizeau, came out and basically said, and this isn't word for word, but he's like, these immigrants are taking our jobs. They're ruining our culture. They're bringing so when you've got a leader who's standing up there literally saying racist shit.
Yeah, you kind of got, look, get a better.
I'd say xenophobic shit because they're including the Poles and Romanians.
Yeah,
xenophobic. So I think that's.
He was
not that racism isn't part of it either, but
generally, it's xenophobic.
But it's also xenophobic, like I said,
And he left after the referendum vote came in and he lost. People were on his ass for what he said, and he left. He went to France, and he lived, and he stayed there until he died.
And I'm like, look, I am all for listening to the arguments, right? But the two arguments that I've seen, right, the one about economics, right, we're going to be better off without, being the EU, okay. Every single person that I've seen, and I've seen a lot, I've tried to find somebody. I found one guy who was a banker who has ties to the government, and I forget who the hell it was. But the finance minister of
talking about the exchequer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that guy.
That's what we called it. I think the closest equivalent would be Secretary of the Treasury.
Like the Secretary of the Treasury, right?
Yeah.
And all of these other people are saying no, it's a bad idea. Economically, it's going to hurt us.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do this. It reduces bargaining power, blah, 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 blah. All that other good stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, this argument's not a good one. What else you got? Well, national sovereignty. Well, fuck me, you're voting.
Yeah.
So that doesn't work. What else you got? I don't know.
I think there's something you're missing here.
What?
There's a lot of this. It's the anti-establishment thing.
There's an argument I can get behind. So they're just kind of sick and tired of
the status quo.
Okay. Fair enough.
They just want to shake shit up. I think that's something that nobody's really talked about too, because we're seeing it here.
And that would at least make some kind of sense, right? To send this is politics, right? So you're sending a message to the political establishment that you are fucking shit up, and we don't want you to do this, and here we're putting you on notice.
Right. So we're just going to do this thing. Don't matter that we're cutting our nose off to spite our face. We want to shake up the apple cart.
Yeah, and
we just don't like it the way things are.
Now that argument I can get behind. I can understand that. I can credit that. I can't credit the other two arguments though, because they don't make sense. And then the problem is that because they've got these two arguments, right? These two main arguments anyway. Yeah. And then they've got the opposition, right? The people that voted to stay. They're saying, well, you're xenophobic bastards, and you fucking hate brown.
That misses the point. And actually, they're being idiots, just ascribing it to that. They're kind of being politically stupid.
No, I agree. I agree. But what I'm saying is that in the absence of something else, when I'm considering these three positions, since I know human beings are kind of dickish anyway, no matter where they're from, I can't credit the economic argument because what we said, and I can't credit the national sovereignty argument. So the only thing left is that one.
Right.
And it's not that I want to say.
I think that's part of it.
You know, and I know it's part of it.
The xenophobic element, but I also think it is just wanting to shake things up.
But again, exactly. You know, Snake Stealth 24 says Blaze voted to leave, and she's the furthest thing from being racist.
I don't know who that is.
Blaze Wilson. She's
egalitarian feminist.
Egalitarian feminist.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's not racist at all, and she's like one of the sweetest people I've met.
Yeah, but I'll bet you she's in the stir shit up because I don't like the way things are, Cam.
From what I gathered, and I don't want to have to speak for her or anything, so I mean I'm just gonna say what I think her position was because she works in STEM, right, and for her the problem was there was a lot of issues with EU funding for her, like where she worked.
Well, see, that makes perfect sense because smart people vote for their self-interest.
Well, that's what I've said before, right? When it comes to smart people and like scientists and teachers and stuff, you got to go with what's best for my where I work.
There's absolutely. I wish people would get over this and not feel guilty. There is nothing wrong in voting for your self-interest. That's part of the system.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
She's a systems,
or at least part of it. Yeah.
She's a systems analyst, right? So for her, like, I think it basically boiled down to what's best for our financial future. Right. Should we, stay or should we leave or do that? So, that's fine. That's fine to me, And everyone's yelling at Thunderbolt, "Oh, you're so personally invested." Well, I'm sorry. You're
this is the future of the nation that I come from, and you want me to...
I come back with, well, you have no interest except for being a troll and just upsetting the apple cart. Maybe you should back off from that.
Like, I don't understand why you would even fathom that no personal interest would ever play a part in any way that you vote. I mean, really. Next time there's a vote, I'm going to vote for the candidate that really is against everything I stand for. Who wants to revoke all the benefits?
Or against my
or gets rid of all the benefits that I might benefit from, or all the. What kind of moron does that?
Yeah.
What kind of moron does that? Well, a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them, probably.
Oh, there are a lot of people who vote against their self-interest because they get sold a bill of goods. People fall for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look. And clearly, right, you can't take half of a country and say, well, this half is racist. That's fucking ludicrous. Racist people are not racist.
I think it's just general discontent. Now, one thing that happens when there is general discontent, and politicians and other demagogues are very astute at this, is misdirecting that discontent to blame somebody. Who's to blame for it?
Yeah, to find that scapegoat.
Not what the fucking problem is and how to fix it, but to find whose fault it is.
Yeah, because it's always more emotionally fulfilling, at least in the short term.
Yeah, and you
find the culprit.
And you get people into that reptile brain state, reptile brain politics. You get them to do whatever they'll be so busy shaking their fist at that. Whoever it is you convince is fault, who's at fault for everything, that they won't notice your hand in their pocket.
Yeah. Well, that's just it, right? I mean, people. Yeah. I mean, look, the other day I put up that thing about Aaron Ra, right? And in that thing, Aaron Ra says that something about if you are defined by whatever it is the hell you're defined by, and that's it, whether you like it or not. And then I said, well, wait a minute, because then doesn't that mean that if you are born with 2 X chromosomes, you're female, you're biologically female, and whether you like it or not, you're stuck with that. And if you're born with an X chromosome and a Y chromosome, well, you're stuck with that too.
Yeah.
So where does that leave all the trans people?
Well, that's the problem with his argument. Right?
And then somebody on Twitter came to me and said, that's stupid, and I don't even like Aaron Ra. Like, well, wait, so your dislike for me overrides your ability to understand what I'm saying. And clearly,
oh yeah, oh that's cognitive dissonance, man. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're not a skeptic. I'm sorry, but I can't.
None of these people are.
I cannot credit you.
Look, when you name something meritocratic,
egalitarian,
whatever.
Please don't go back there.
You're not a skeptic. You're an idiot.
Well, maybe Mikhail says it's just bad wording on his part. Well, maybe so. Okay, I'm willing to entertain that notion.
Sure.
Right? I have no problem with saying, because a lot of people, even I, every so often, misstate something or state it in ambiguous terms that leads people to an erroneous conclusion, right? I mean, I'm human, so I'm willing to accept it. You know, the guy, could have phrased it better. Then you know what? Here's my thing. Before you give a speech, sit down and write out what you want to say. Figure out a way to say it that's clear.
Well, this was a blog post or proofread.
Yeah, proofread. Give it to a friend.
I was drunk.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
Well, maybe he did give someone. Maybe he gave it to Shu to proofread. And
this is Aaron Ra. It's not that.
Aaron Ra thing.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
I thought you mentioned the meritocratic egalitarian.
Oh no, the meritocratic egalitarianism is what's his face?
Yeah,
that's Armored Skeptic. Yeah.
But the other thing that I was talking about was about the definition, right? The definition that Aaron Ra gave of what things are, right?
Yeah.
How words work, how definitions work, is how he put it. And I'm like, well, maybe you should ask a lexicographer. Somebody whose job it is to inspect definitions of things and try to articulate, maybe you should do that. But no, I'm just going to say shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say shit. Like Milo. Men invented the internet. What are you, stupid? Yes, you are. Yeah, the answer to that question is yes, you are. You are a dumb person. And there are so many good art. This is the saddest part. Maybe because of the internet, I don't know. There are so many good arguments that can be had about these issues. And I don't mean, like fun arguments. I mean like good arguments that you got to stop and go, well, maybe there's a point behind that. That makes some kind of sense, that you can legitimately entertain as serious objections to your own position. There's so many good ones, and nobody's making them.
Yeah.
Nobody's making them at all, nowhere. Everybody's like, yeah, nigger, yeah, sexist.
It's because you're dealing with children. You're dealing with children. I don't care how old they are. You're dealing with people who act like children.
I've been researching the millennials.
Oh, God.
And shit.
He's like, Vladdy's like,
I renounced my millennialship like a few months ago, so keep that in mind.
Don't worry, I've always had loathing for my own generation.
Gen
X.
Look, Gen X is largely not much better.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
As a whole, Gen X is largely not much better.
I look at my generation and nothing but loathing and shame as far as the
kind of, yes.
Our generation is just as guilty for raising whiny, self-entitled little shit
It
sticks.
started there. A lot of it started there.
Yeah, we started it. Sorry, sorry world.
Yeah.
Sorry universe.
Yeah, seriously. I believe I blame reality TV.
Yes, the real world.
Yes.
The real world 9.
And this propensity of people to think they're entitled to everything.
So yeah, I mean, it's like I've been reading about these guys, and it's like everything that most parents are taught to do with their children is almost everything anyway is wrong. That's why other countries have smarter kids, and kids that are politically involved in a real way instead of the jingoistic kind of rhetoric we get in the States and in other places too.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, teaching them citizenship.
Yeah,
and
well,
civics.
Yeah, no. Who wants that? Who wants to make sure that your kid
who wants an informed electorate?
And what
Not just what your rights are, but what your responsibilities are.
What your yeah, no, we don't have those anymore. We don't have those anymore. We have a sort of blanket in loco parentis rule for everyone now, where no one is responsible for the shit they do. Ironically, unless you're a kid, right?
Right.
Like I hear the Christian argument all the time about how kids shouldn't be taught about sex because you don't want to have them having sex, right? And it's a stupid argument. But then they turn around and say, well, you had sex, huh? You're pregnant, huh? Well, you're keeping it.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, you just said they weren't old enough to even have sex.
Seriously.
And now you're telling them that they're old enough to deal with the consequences of it. I think there's a problem with this.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of cognitive dissonance going on. I can't be sure, but I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna go dodo for a little bit.
And so there you have it.
The reason I'm not talking much is I'm like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're gonna. I just wanted to talk about. Wow, it was a difficult day in the salt mines today.
Yes, it was. Much salt.
I was standing in the middle, like with handfuls of salt, going wee.
I mean, I'm thinking if I had been a Roman general, I could pay 100 legions for 100 years on this much salt.
Oh, no doubt.
And I'm like, oh my, wow.
And these were all, and many of the people who were going, ha ha, after the Brexit vote, too, a lot of them. It's all like, oh,
yeah, and now,
but
and
especially
now,
with the Clinton email thing, it's all like, oh, I'm not seeing all these salt comments today. What's up with that? Oh.
Kaya says she's been up for 35 hours. Haha.
Oh my God! I hope you get some sleep, darling. I hope you're doing okay.
Done
that. So yeah, that's just some crazy shit today.
Yeah.
You need to stop triggering people, Wooly.
Oh, tomorrow's a new day. Well,
yeah, they just don't really deal with when they're riding high.
Yeah.
Things, the winds at their back, filling their sails, everything hunky-dory, but the sign of anything going wrong, and all of a sudden,
we must not have
the salt must flow.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's like the spice. The spice must flow. The salt must flow.
Oh my God! It's so pathetic.
And so.
Oh, you wait until Wednesday, November 9th.
No.
That's gonna be some gushing.
Oh my God!
Yeah. It doesn't matter who wins and who loses. That's gonna be something.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be something.
Well, I have a good idea. The way things are going right now, I think I have a good idea who's going to be on the losing side.
Well, it looks like Hillary's doing better in the polls, yeah?
Should I get my dancing shoes ready?
Yeah, it pretty much looks like it. Well, Trump hasn't been having a very good week either. With that, remember that whole thing I described to you? Yeah, that thing kind of really stuck to him. He just doesn't know how to, because he keeps doubling down.
Yeah.
On stupid shit. So
and
he's got no traction on any issues, and the conventions are going to come and go here pretty soon, and it's going to be debate season, and
Yeah, I can't see him doing too well there.
A wall! I want a wall!
Mexico's gonna pay for it. Like,
I
dude,
mean, anything can happen, but right now it just ain't looking good, man.
well, the thing is that people forget, right? That during the primaries, the primaries, you have to you got to tack to your side.
Right, you got to hit your base and then try to get to the center.
Yeah, and then the problem is as soon as the primaries are over, now you got all that. The farther you go to your side, the more backtracking you got to do in the general.
Right.
Yeah.
And
well, the reason he's not doing good in the polls is because this is the time where people who don't hang out on the internet or who aren't political junkies or ideologically driven start looking
Yeah.
at the candidates, and they don't like what they see when they look at Trump.
Yeah, no, I can't say that.
70%, no, an aggregate of 70% disapproval.
Someone who's got a dead rat on their head.
You know, 70%. Jesus Christ, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't even think, like, with Nixon.
Oh, Geffen said
after Watergate.
After Geffen says that the Electoral College math. I haven't looked at it. I don't know what.
It don't look good for him anyway. You cut it.
I've looked at. Yeah,
I've been looking at numbers. It don't look good for Republicans as a whole because he does not have a united party. He may lose the nomination.
No, actually. It's like I said the other night. It's that
he may be doing so bad that the establishment is going, okay, you had your way, but there's just no way. So step aside. We'll give you something, make a deal, whatever it is. But
yeah, well, it's like I said the other day, right? I mean, when the establishment isn't supporting, and this is big for them. Yeah. It's big for them.
That's very big. Yeah.
If you don't got the donors, if like the Koch brothers aren't behind you, and all the rest of the the usual.
The Koch brothers bailed.
Yeah,
supporting the Libertarian candidate.
Yeah, if they bailed, and they're another big thing in the Republican on the right anyway, right? They're another big thing, and if they're not supporting you, I'm saying, who are you gonna get the win? It's like the swing vote is not the three crazy libertarians that voted for Ron Paul. That's not the swing vote.
No, it isn't.
I mean, if you're going,
anybody who declares themselves independent still has a wide spectrum there on the political scale. So you have conservative independents, you have liberal independents, and everywhere in between, and the libertarians, like you say. So he doesn't have the independents,
and
not by a long shot.
And the problem, the problem for him is that he keeps pandering to a very small constituency.
That seems to be getting smaller.
Yeah, the
alt-right.
Yeah, it's the haters, it's the racists, and those guys.
Yeah, the xenophobes. Probably
I mean, there aren't enough of them. Right? There aren't enough of them. Just like you can't say that half of fucking England is racist. That's crazy. Yeah. Half of the United States is not racist. Half of the United States is not racist. Maybe, 20%, maybe. I don't know. But certainly not enough to
depending on how you define the term. Everybody got a little bit of prejudice in them. But I mean,
but I mean like the like the alt-right kind of, ban the Muslims, Second Amendment, and all the rest, all the jingoistic shit that
Yeah. That ain't gonna fly.
Yeah, no, it can't.
Because even at the time, even though they're the rabble rousers, your teabagger types, whatever, your ideologues make up 35% of the Republican base.
Here's the thing, right? There's this guy in the chat, right? Muslims are destroying the planet. No, they aren't.
Are they?
Yeah, and the Muslim ban makes sense. Okay, so I suppose you're all for gutting the First Amendment then. No, Christians, right? Oh, well then.
First of all, Yeah, how do you qualify destroying the planet?
Yeah, that's an odd. Yeah, I don't quite get that. I don't quite get it. You could say maybe they're destroying the Middle East, maybe, but we
Yeah.
seem to be doing a lot of that too.
I'm sorry, but who uncorked that bottle?
Oh, oh, you mean the
Oh,
destroying
who
the Middle
knocked
East?
over Saddam Hussein?
Yeah, that was yeah.
Saddam Hussein
Yeah.
was the cork in the bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't a nice guy, I gotta say, but yeah.
No, it was like Marshal Tito in Yugoslavia, same fucking thing. Once
But
Tito died, that Yugoslavia fucking fell apart in the Civil War. Same thing that happened with Iraq.
A certain someone destabilized the region because he wanted to finish what his daddy started.
Something like that, but whatever the reason, it's like it's done now. The cork's on pot, and it's the Muslims' fault. It's like, not so fast.
Gavin wants to say, does this stream make more sense if you're sober? No,
Not really.
not really.
Not really.
No. It was just a long and sort of an interesting day. What? Yeah, it's just random.
It's your early morning salt report.
Yeah, that's kind of what. Yeah, because I mean, it was just a weird day. It was just a weird day. Willie comes out and triggers these people and shit, and I'm
They're
like,
all nervous.
huh?
Because Milo, fucking Sargon, all of these people, it really was. I'm gonna have to say, it really was the FBI announcement about the emails. They're all sitting there going, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
Because they lost their talking point, a major one.
Well, the thing that I have to come back to is that guy. And if anybody knows who it is, please. I can't find the link in my browser history anymore. That British dude that was that got up and said that they're not going to listen to the experts anymore. And I think that's part. I think that's almost, maybe, probably, sort of
the English expressing anti-intellectualism. Now there's something fucking new.
Yeah, well, that's the.
Hey, wait a minute. That's an American thing. Stop working our side of the street, Brits.
That's right. That's the central issue that I've been revolving around as I've been researching the millennials and all the people on the alt-right and the feminists, and like I come away with the notion that what we're having is this discussion about book learning versus and you got people on one side going, well, you got to learn from the books, and you can't learn unless it's from the books, which is wrong.
Yeah.
And then you get the people on the other side, all the way on the other end of the spectrum, going, you book learning fucks, you think you're smart. Well, yes.
Well, you're elitist. It's like there's a reason that we have the term elite.
Yeah, not everybody can do this. Not everybody goes to college. And it's not that you have to go to college. It's that it helps. And you got people like Carl.
He's talking about things like the global economy and whatnot. Yeah.
You kind of want to know what you're talking about. I'm just saying. Everything does not devolve to a truth table or a logical argument. There are things that logic can't cover. And just because you learn the rules of logic and you know what a syllogism looks like, that doesn't mean you're always going to be right about shit. Because it seems pretty clear from what I can tell, right? And this is from a few years of looking at this, that the people that claim to be logicians and whatever, they're just as biased as everyone else.
Oh, skeptics or logic bitches. It's like, no. Just because you say it, don't make it so.
Yeah, and then you have to contend with the notion that.
Oh, by the way, logic is flawed too. If you have a bad starting point, you could be as perfectly logical and still come to an absurd conclusion.
Yeah, and you have to contend with that. But no, because that's like I know this one kid that just started college, and apparently he took a logic class his first semester. And now he wants to teach everyone else about, what a pseudo intellectual is. And I'm like, huh?
I was gonna say you mentioned earlier that that people were gonna find out everything he ever did by morning. People on Twitter are reporting that someone by that name is on the sex offender registry, without really elaborating on what for.
Or
But
whether it's that person.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen multiple people reference it. I mean, the news will do like actual research. I'm just telling you that that's something that I've seen a motif of in the Twitter feed.
Wonder if he's a pedo-Marxist.
He may be a pedo-Marxist. He might have, slept with a
Pedo-Marxist.
17-year-old drunk one night and fucked up.
Well, look.
I think somebody. I saw that. Yeah.
But see, but the thing is that it's a muddying of the issue, right? Because if that plays no role, then
Yeah.
those cops could not possibly know that.
I know.
No.
I mean, I was just saying.
No, I agree.
Did
I'm
it say
saying,
why
I know
they
you're
were
not saying.
detaining him?
Huh?
Or arresting him? Did they say why?
He was selling music outside the store, and the store owner said that he thought he had a gun. I
Well,
believe that was what I had read.
Oh, so they were already hopped up.
Yeah, more than likely. And the thing is that you know, until it all comes out or whatever, right? But by that time, the narratives will already be set in place, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, the left
straight.
broadly, huh?
And get their story straight.
Yeah, the left broadly will have their narrative, and the right will broadly have their narrative, and that's all it'll be. You know, and then everybody, after a jury trial, if there is one, or after an investigation, everybody will Monday morning quarterback like they were there,
Right.
in the room, hearing the testimony, looking at the evidence. Everybody will. And I keep telling people on the internet, I'm like, dude, just because you have an internet connection doesn't mean you should use it.
Privy to all the information.
But yeah, for sure, you don't know what the hell is going on. I get this all the time. Well, they didn't indict Hillary, or they didn't do this. You don't fucking know why. You're just assuming that it's because of an ideological thing. And, yeah, you can't do that because there are other plausible alternative reasons for it.
There wasn't enough evidence, or there weren't statutes covering it, and it wasn't a crime.
Or
whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, or it was a technical issue with the wording of some law, or someone's testimony was brought into question for some other reason. Or, there are all sorts of things. But everybody's a lawyer.
Everybody's federal attorney now.
Yeah.
A federal level attorney, and they're all intimately know the law and with regard to the Espionage Act and how to handle what the policies are. Yeah, everybody knows everything.
Yeah, and everybody's like, this is evidence. I'm like, whoa.
No.
The judge would laugh in your face if you said that.
Yeah.
Seriously to him. That's not evidence.
Because it's Hillary. We all know she's guilty.
Yeah, and it's like...
That's your evidence. Get out of here.
Yeah, and you got these preconceived notions about every fucking thing. You really do. And McKay is right? The skeptic community is extremely prone to selective skepticism.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I got into it with... Because, here's the other thing, too, the hypocrisy. They're like, you got all this pearl clutching about how Hillary Clinton's handling classified documents, rightly or wrongly. If you got concern there, I got no problem with that, if you got an opinion. But then you go and run to WikiLeaks and start throwing up leaks of material that they got from acts of espionage, actual espionage, and that's okay. There's your cog dis right there. It's like, well, which is it? And there's just no recognition of the hypocrisy there.
Well, for me, it's not so much the hypocrisy, although I get what you're saying, absolutely.
By the way, those emails are already what they released before. They're just trying to make it look like it's new stuff, and it's not.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's and people tell me all the time, well, I'm right, but it's not just being right. It's the perception that people will have of what you're doing and how you do it. You know?
Yeah.
It's also that you're talking about politics. You're pushing buttons. You're making people think things that you want them to, and they are often not aware that it's even happening, right? But for me, it's not so much the hypocrisy. It's the when it comes right down to it, right? The people tell me, "Oh, you're so dismissive sometimes," and I'm like, "Well, yeah," and this is why. When I hear your argument, right? Because I already have a really good idea of what arguments don't fucking hold water, right? So when you tell me you're a libertarian, yeah, if you're an American style libertarian, right?
Yeah.
Not like the social libertarians or whatever, the socialist ones or whatever.
Cultural libertarians,
Right,
yeah.
but
Otherwise known as conservatives.
Yeah, if you're one of
Or
these guys,
tradcons.
if you're one of these guys, then I'm like, look, your economic arguments, such as they are, don't hold water. Trickle-down economics, Reaganomics, voodoo economics, however you want to refer to it, that shit don't work. It don't. And you don't got to be an economist. How do you get rich? By spending every dime you earn? No.
No.
You get rich by hiding as much of it as you can from the government.
Well, liquidity, especially on the corporate level, liquidity's life, so you're not going to spend money if you don't have to.
Right. And it's like...
Liquidity is life, in other words, it lets you buy other companies or it keeps your company from being bought. So you're going to keep a big pool of money and not spend it. And the same goes for a lot of rich people. Rich people already got all the shit they need. So you give them tax cuts, or they're just going to stash it in the bank.
Yeah, and it's like...
Or it's going to sit there and not do anything for the economy.
Yeah, you don't have to be a fucking... You don't have to be an expert at everything to know when someone's selling you snake oil. You know?
Yeah.
It's like this other
I'm just going to say hashtag not all libertarians. I know a lot of libertarians.
Oh, yeah, no,
there's some room for arguments here and there.
Yeah, no.
In the economy.
No, and for sure, right? For sure, libertarianism is in some ways a very good thing, right? I don't want a huge government telling me who I can fuck, where I can fuck, who I can marry, who I can be in a contract with, you know, where I can buy stuff. And
well, actually not even be overly cumbersome in business either, where you squelch it to the point where nobody's not going to invest in anything.
Right, because look, it's like when I worked as I was a day trader for about a year, right?
Yeah.
And it's immensely fun, but it's called risk management because you cannot eliminate risk.
No.
You have to learn how to intelligently manage it. You know, you have to you can't fucking have a windfall of money unless you're betting on, you know, the underdog, right? Right? The heavier the risk.
Well, high risk.
Right, exactly. If you're, you know, you need some amount of risk. There's stupid amounts of risk.
Yeah.
And then there's intelligent amounts of risk that you can, like I said, you can manage. Right? So the libertarian thing about smaller government, I'm down with a lot of that.
In places where it makes sense. That's where you have the argument.
Right, but then when you tell me that, well, there's no racism because no businessman would, you know, hire like an incompetent.
Oh, they always talk about these. Well, if some mom and pop store wants to be racist, you should let them. It's all like, well, we're talking about commerce. We're not just talking about old man scrum on the corner selling his popsicles. We're also talking about banks, credit unions, you know, real estate.
Yeah,
so you're gonna have fucking. That was part of Jim Crow. It wasn't just the law in the states, but it was legal to not sell to people.
Yeah, like the redlining thing.
Yeah.
Which still kind of goes on, right?
It's much more subtle.
It's much more subtle. Yeah, no, see, but the problem is this, right? The problem with that I have also found, as I'm doing all this research, and oh my God, my eyes sometimes fucking they totally lose focus from reading all day. Sometimes, Another thing that I found is that this argument, the position where you can claim plausible deniability is shrinking.
Yeah, that's true.
It's shrinking. That's not plausibly deniable anymore. You can't say it's just a few cops that do this.
Right.
Lots of cops do this. You can't just say that, there's no problem with black-on-black crime. Oh, yes, there fucking is.
Right.
The numbers don't bear that. Oh, yes, they do. The areas in which you can say, well, we're not sure, so we're just going to go with this, is shrinking. It's shrinking. You can't say that all the feminists are awesome people and all they want is equality. Yeah, then they wouldn't be doing shit that they're doing with the UN right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just can't. This argument just won't hold water. So when people tell me shit, that's why when I talked to Carl, I was like, no. You're just assuming shit you can't assume. You're assuming parts of your ideological position, which you're supposed to be setting out to demonstrate are plausible. You can't just assume, well, all these brown people this, all these white people that. Like, no. It's like with the joke thing. Do you want me to consider you a troll? Then, like that Julie Bindel joke, right? She says it's a joke. The thing about putting all men in camps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That ain't a joke. You ain't a comedian.
Not a very fun one.
No, you ain't. And if that's a joke, then fuck you. My rape jokes are funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fucking talking about internment camps. You're joking essentially about what the Nazis did, right? It's just an internment camp. It's a summer camp. Yeah, they were just,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'd get quad bikes.
Oh, yeah, we get quad bikes. Yeah,
so it's a luxury resort.
Yeah, that makes it so much more funny. Aha, aha. Like, well, you know what makes my rape joke more funny? She liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, it's, you can't just say these things now.
Yeah.
You can't just say, well, I was just. It's like when I hit the show, somebody mentioned in the chat, right? You're triggered. No, you're triggered. Like, apparently every fucking body is triggered here.
Seems like everybody losing their goddamn minds, man.
Like, everybody seems to have lost their fucking mind here. So don't tell me that guy's...
We're on the stream.
Huh?
Oh, I was just making a joke about the Everything is Awesome song and everyone is triggered.
Oh, yeah. I did like that song, eh? Ryan says, not all midgets, right, Joe? Well, except for the pudgy finger thing. Then I just assume all midgets. Just in that one case. I'm sure some of them are smart, some of them are dumb, some of them are taller than others. Some of them are Irish, some of them aren't. But the pudgy finger thing is still true about all of them. It's like, having two arms. True for everybody.
Well, glad we got that.
Huh?
We're glad we got that settled.
Yeah. Well, we have to treat the midgets with some modicum of respect. They are proto-humanish.
Well, not all.
You just dig that up, didn't you?
Yeah, not all midgets are 3/5 of a person. Some of them are only 1/2.
Yes, some of them are just half. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But yes, there you have it. It has been a rather interesting day.
Yes.
Who else was
much for the salt report?
Oh yes. Who else mined salt today? Or yesterday?
That was about it for me.
Oh, I don't do that kind of shit. So.
Yeah, no, you're too busy. You're kind of busy with your.
Oh no! I don't get involved with feuding with people online.
Well, look, it's not about. Well, for me anyway, I don't fuck with people that don't fuck with me. Even when Willie gets into shit with people, I'm generally not. Maybe.
You're on your own, babe.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah, you're on your own. Yeah, yeah. Because we don't agree on everything, right? We're not, tied at the hip. Or, we don't have a Vulcan mind meld going on. Although there are other things going on. We won't get into that stuff.
Yeah, it is Tuesday. Oh, it's already Wednesday. Never mind.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. Yeah. Tuesday was all right, though.
Nice.
Just saying, Tuesday's, y'all think we was joking, right? Yeah, no.
No. I
know many couples that are like that, yeah.
One of the secrets to a good marriage is to spend enough time fucking. It's not the only thing, but it is a key factor. Because if you're not
good advice.
Then yeah, if you're not fucking, you're getting pissed at each other for that and for other shit that got nothing to do with it. Right? I've seen too many divorces where the complaints aren't.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the main ones.
Yeah, well, no, not only but the sex part, but too many divorces are like, she burned my toast. He kicked the dog. I was like, whoa! You're divorcing somebody. It should not hinge on whether or not they put enough sugar in your coffee.
Right.
And it won't if you fucking. If you make time to fuck, that's a good thing. That's a positive. No matter who you're fucking.
I do believe that on my quick divorce in the county of Ada in the state of Idaho, I put down for the reason initially was that my now ex-wife is a violently controlling, narcissistic manipulator. I only put down like that sentence and maybe one more, and that shit got processed quick.
Well, but that's not messing with your coffee. That's like arsenic in your coffee.
Yeah.
That's not. She doesn't put sugar in my fucking coffee. That's
like I'm sleeping with one eye open type.
Yeah, that's I hug my cock so I know it's still there.
Well, I mean.
Okay, well, not everybody can hug their cock. Whatever. You get my point. You get my point. I'm saying, a lot of the stuff that we talk about is, oh, you should see those guys. Oh my God, they get so triggered when their manhood is called into question.
Who's that? Who?
Oh, the Milo's followers.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
That old saying about dishing it out and taking it.
I suppose.
Well, there they are. They're inviting this whenever they use the word "cuck." I mean, come on. They're practically begging you to insult their manhood.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Cuck? That means that at least once in a while I'm getting laid. For you, that means getting laid is an insult.
Yeah.
That doesn't speak well of your manhood. I have to say.
Oh, geez, that on its own will get enough salt to just completely lay out Carthage again.
Oh man, I gotta say, I will say this: trolling can be an addictive thing.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm sitting there typing away and like, oh, mestizo am I? How original of you.
So somebody just straight up just said you're a mestizo. It's all like, well, yeah. And
yeah, I'm like, so? Like, dude, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. I turn off the computer. At the end of the day, I'm done. You don't affect my life.
Basically, on my mother's side of the family, got a lot of Indian blood, so I'm an Anglo mestizo.
Oh wow, that's even worse. An Anglo mestizo Marxist pedophile. Oh my God.
Marxist pedophile half-breed.
Oh hey Torque. Oh, Torque's in the chat. And the link is in the thing, dude. If you want to jump on. Yeah, you're a horrible person, dude. I didn't even know.
Horrible.
Oh my God. Some dude told me on Twitter. He told me on Twitter.
No, it's lots of Osage back in the day because my family came over pretty early, and this is up in the Ozarks, and then Arkansas
Ah.
around here, so there's a lot of intermarriage for like generations. So it's not a question of one age or whatever. There's so much intermarriage and mixing, race mixing.
Yeah,
that I got all the genes. I got the RH blood factor in there. So
that good old miscegenation, man.
Yeah,
it never gets old.
Yeah, miscegenating.
I'm miscegenating, goddammit.
He's miscegenating.
Yeah, that's right. But this is one dude that on Twitter that told me, he says to me that when he reads my tweets, he hears my voice in his head.
That's
kind of like time to take a break from the internet, bro.
It's always a good story when it starts with some dude on Twitter told me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
his voice.
I was just gonna say
that's
a whole other level of that's a whole other level of obsession there. That you're hearing this person from Twitter, their voice in your head constantly.
I'm like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Well, expect that he'll like mail you a lock of his hair or some other thing like that, because that's like a creepy whole level of obsession.
Yeah, man. I mean, don't you understand? Like, that's not an insult to me. It's not.
Saying something about you.
That's Twitter is like a big Rorschach test. I have to say, that's what it is. I think Twitter's like a big Rorschach test. It just tells people about you, dude. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, oh my God, trolls really do think that they won every argument. They really do.
Well, failed trolls at least.
It's like playing chess with a pigeon. You know what that is.
Yeah. It's gonna shit all over the table and strut around like he won.
It's weird, man. Because I didn't grow up with this, right?
Yeah, right. Oh, no, neither did I.
Yeah, we're old enough to remember pre-internet days when you had to go to the library and go through the card catalog and shit.
Yep.
I remember that.
I remember having to wait to go to school to insult somebody. Now I can. Yeah. Now it's
had
just
to wait till recess to do it too.
Yeah.
And these kids today, get off my lawn.
Today, get off my. Now we're at the get off my lawn segment.
Yeah, we're at the get off my lawn segment. Like, your life is too involved with the internet. You need to get out, get some sun, like, play a sport or something.
What's that?
Even if you lose it, even if you suck at sports, go play.
They still have their fucking phones with them though too.
Yeah.
So you're thinking because we're thinking old. You're thinking old school again too. You're thinking of your desktop. These people have. The iPhones.
Yeah, they have the tablets and whatever. And my daughters are like, like every 10 minutes after they get home from school. It's summer now, so now it's more often.
Is it really going to be all that bad when the big EMP finally takes everything out?
I don't know, man.
That would be fun to watch from like a duck blind or something where you're, because I don't know, it might be like, the Purge or something, zombie apocalypse.
When
people would just freak.
We're gonna buy we're planning on buying a farm in a few years, and I think that I'm gonna build a fucking bunker.
Or like a bell jar.
Huh?
Yeah. Like a bell jar.
Yeah. Like they used to do it in the 50s in the States, right?
Oh, you're talking about bomb shelter.
Like a bomb shelter. Yeah. And I'm like, when that happens, I want to see. Because I don't think it's gonna. We don't need zombies. Like, we don't need like a zombie virus, like the T virus or some shit.
Yeah.
We just need to get rid of laptops and tablets, and motherfuckers will be running around just like zombies. And my kids are like, "Can I use the tablet?" Like, no. You use the tablet after supper. But I'm bored. Read a book.
So it's like TV was back in the day. Can I watch some TV? No, do your homework.
Yeah, go do your
first,
homework.
Read a book.
Yeah.
Read a
Go
book.
read a book.
Fucking book. Read a book.
Yeah.
Read a motherfucking book.
And
What are these books that you speak of?
Yeah. Like, yeah, somebody. It's this is what you get. You get people that say, you know, well, the definition of a word is what it is, and if you're that, then you're like, what?
Actually, I got another one for you. Actually, listening to a whole album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Instead of just picking all your songs and putting them on a playlist. I mean, we had our mixtapes.
Yeah, put up an LP on, something.
Yeah, a whole vinyl record of all fucking things.
Oh yeah.
Put on a vinyl record and actually listen to the hisses and pops, and do something other than the technology won't save you.
I actually watched a nephew of mine. He's like 9 years old by now. Struggle with putting a record on a turntable and getting it to play. It took him a half an hour.
Wow. Really?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, it's 3:15 and I gotta go. So see you guys.
We should wrap it up then.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Ryan says one last thing. Ryan says a book with paper? That's barbaric. Someone could get a paper cut. That's right.
No books in safe spaces. Kindles only.
You run that enormous risk. That enormous risk.
Paper cuts trigger me.
Paper cuts hurt. Paper cuts hurt. But yeah. So it was a salty day. Yesterday. I think that I might do this more often.
The salt report.
The salt report for real, because oh my god. Yeah. So that's my rule, right? If I can get you to say some racist shit, I win.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
Well, I'll just catch people saying something stupid. Like I gave a couple of examples. I got the Clinton email thing. Get them to fucking contradict themselves, basically, in the same tweet.
Oh no, I go after that, mind you.
Yeah.
Like when I see it, I go like shit that's really totally stupid, like that Milo thing, right? Men invented the internet, right? I'll go after that, like if I see it. I didn't see it today, but what I want you to do is show everybody that you actually are a racist douchebag. That's what I want.
Oh, that's your mission.
I'll
go for any and all stupidity.
What if it's one of those protected classes that can't be racist?
Yeah, there's no such thing, man. Racist.
Oh, I can find lots of those.
Yeah. I do not ascribe to that part of the feminist. Well, I don't ascribe to any part of the feminist mythology, but that one in particular has always pissed me off because I know plenty of Hispanic racists.
Oh, no shit. I grew up in L.A. You're going to tell me I already have the scorecard of who hates who more.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's fucking nuts. These people. Woo.
One guy's colors and the other don't mix. They're gonna bash it up. Yeah, I got it.
And that's the thing that's one of the things that I find so condescending about those people. It's like, what the fuck you mean I can't be racist? Sure I can.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my best nigga joke. Hold on.
That's pretty infantilizing too. It's like a little bit dehumanizing, taking away positive racism. There you go.
It's prejudice.
Yeah, I like that as a running thing. The SALT report.
Yeah, I think we should. Yes. I think that we're going to. I am going to do this. We are going to do this on my channel, which is why we only got 5 people on. But yes, put out the word. Haha. Invite some trolls.
Oh, I got you covered there, bro.
Invite some trolls. Just remember, we have that agreement with that nice gentleman troll. The hell is it? Oh, the feminist flow. Remember, we're not going to tease feminist flow. Not that guy. We have a gentleman's agreement about that.
No. I got other I'll get you some. I'll get Craig and Max and all them guys in.
Oh, invite the dude and see somebody see if they can get the dude that called Reach a pedo Marxist.
Oh my God. I'll see that. Yeah, Spaghetti for Truth, Seattle for Truth, man. That dude.
That dude is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if where he pokes his head out and everything. I know of him. I don't know too much about him, but we'll see.
Well, see if you can find
we'll
the
see.
shittiest smelling rock, and he's probably living under that. So yes. Is there anything that you guys want to say before we say goodnight or good morning or whatever? No?
All good to go.
All right then. Yeah. So we'll see you guys. I guess we'll figure out a schedule. Like once a week ought to be good. So yeah, we'll figure out a schedule and stay tuned. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good night. Whatever.
Hang on.